We're doing a survey around the country on the way population handles themselves and speaks and deals with their friends.
Boom.
Boom.
These resolutions getting
You know they're coming.
ridiculous. Getting ridiculous though.
They're coming, right?
They are coming. Oh my.
Every single year, we get to this weird time of year where people realize they messed up.
Yeah.
The whole year, they finally come to a point, to an apex of life where they're like, you know what? I did mess up, bro. Like, what have I been doing?
Yeah, you think it's just because, like, when the holiday comes up, you ruminate on all the mistakes of the previous year. You're just like, dang. Could have done that one different. Could have done this one different.
You know, I didn't need to go home.
Yeah,
with,
for real.
with that person. I didn't need to watch so much Netflix.
I didn't need to disgustingly down that entire 5-pound bag,
You know?
of pizza rolls.
I
you
didn't
know?
need to drink those 2 Four Locos.
I had one too many Four Locos. Oh,
You know?
aren't those outlawed straight up?
The old
Four
old formula. Luckily, I'm old enough to remember the old formula.
Was it banger?
Brother, I don't even know how we made the show to begin with. It was literally like somebody took like the most potent Red Bull and freaking Monster and Bang, and then put a gram of cocaine in there just for good measure. Those poor freaking teenagers just in the middle of the woods or in their house, just like, please God, take me out. I want to go to sleep, but I can't. I cannot. New Year's resolutions, man. It's weird because I feel like what happens every year, it's like we get to a certain point where, you know, we're faced with a review, you know, and every year, you know, the holidays bring about something that's very odd. It's like a paradox where you're supposed to be the happiest you've ever been. Right? You're supposed to be the happiest you've ever been, but yet again, a lot of people feel depressed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What is that?
Crazy unhappy.
What is that?
I think it's like,
How would you nail it down?
I'd say it has a lot to do with like how we view ourselves and other people. Like you see all these other people doing the most out on social media, and that's when the craziest posts start happening is during Christmas. Like, oh, so and so went to Hawaii, or so and so went to Cancun, or like,
yo, check
someone
me
got
out,
a brand
bro.
new car.
I'm
Yeah,
on a freaking boat, bro.
I'm in a yacht in the Hamptons, or like something crazy like that. And we're like, well, I'm just sitting here in my apartment, broke as hell, trying to figure out how to give someone discount white elephant gifts for Christmas. You know,
I woke up in somebody else's room, and I'm hoping that they know the next morning etiquette.
Yeah, for real. I'm hungover. I don't know what to do at this point.
What do we do? Yeah. Next morning etiquette. New Year's, man, it's rough, right? Because you know it's coming, bro.
Yeah.
There's no escaping it. You
Serious.
know. And it's weird that something that is supposed to be bringing so much joy can oftentimes do the exact opposite.
It's like a big stressor. Like you're thinking, like, who's my New Year's kiss gonna be? Such a dumb tradition. I mean, when you get a New Year's kiss, it's nice, straight up. But
I think when we were younger, it was New
more
Year's
of a
kiss,
big deal.
But like now, it's the New Year's hookup. Like now, people like not everybody, right?
Why you gotta
like,
be
not
so
everybody.
honest?
Hey, we're gonna air it out.
Gotta air it out.
So I feel like in today's society, right, nowadays, when people go out there, you know, they're like, damn, you know, cuffing season didn't work as planned. Yep. She didn't get me that PS5.
I'm not chained up.
She didn't stick around for the holidays. So now I'm left in the open. I'm in the streets for New Year's. What's gonna happen?
What is gonna happen?
You know, I think that's part of the thrill of it. You're just a young person out there in the world. Anything can happen.
True.
You know, it's like one last hurrah to cap it off. But oftentimes, it doesn't go the way that you want it. Right? Right?
And that's the other thing with these resolutions and these expectations that we start to get around New Year's. They're like, who are we going to change? Who are we going to change into? The change, I think the problem with these New Year's resolutions is that we're like starting to think like, okay, this is the date when change is going to happen.
Right.
Change don't just happen because you say it's going to happen. You've got to be working on that. And honestly, you should set a goal any other time besides New Year's.
Literally.
Because you're just setting goals to be setting goals on New Year's.
Like, why does a goal have to wait for this one day?
Yeah, exactly.
Why put that type of pressure on yourself for this one day
to
change your life? Why couldn't you change your life yesterday?
Or why not
today.
start before New Year's or start right after New Year's?
Start in the summertime.
Yeah.
You know,
For real.
get that pressure off of you.
Get that pressure
I think expectation management is super important for New Year's, right? Because if you're expecting, you know, if
The
you're
best
expecting
night ever.
you're expecting your life to be in a certain way. You're expecting to go home with that person that you think in your mind when you're thinking about to go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're thinking about what your finance is gonna be. Turns out you a broke bitch.
Yeah.
Turns out you have no friends and they left you at the club. Turns out you don't have the tolerance that you thought and you're puking in the streets.
Waking up in the gully, in the alleyway.
Turns out there aren't any Ubers in the area because everyone else was responsible.
Or because it's North Shore and there's not a single Uber.
You know, and I
Lyft.
wish that this story was unique. I wish that this story, but for a large majority of people, I mean, I've even been there, right?
Yeah.
Just like,
and it's because you're building up this idea. You're like, I got to have this one perfect night every year. I got to have this one party night or this one great night every year.
It's the time to showcase for the world that I mean something
that
to
I'm
somebody.
doing the most, that I'm the best.
Yeah, that my life is working out. And in reality, I'm just doing it for the screen time. I'm doing it to show everybody that I'm still out here. But in reality, a lot of people go home and cry. A lot of people go home and cry.
Straight up, I've had a few sad New Year's myself.
Big
disappointing New Year's.
I think I've had more trash New Year's than good New Year's, to be honest, bro.
Straight up.
Just wake up in the morning with like puke in my pocket. Like, what happened there? You know?
Okay, so boom. Worst New Year's experience.
Brother. I mean,
I can go first. I got it on deck.
Please.
Worst New Year's experience of my whole life. I was kind of sort of talking to this pretty rich girl. We were vibing. I thought she was real cool. The whole night we were being touchy-feely. We were over at her place. Stuff was going around. We were having a great time. And then New Year's is approaching. It's like
right there.
It's like 11:45. We're getting situated in the living room.
Right.
We got that countdown going. We got everybody with the champagne glasses. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go take a leak because I gotta get prepared for this. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom real fast, you know. So I come back from taking this leak. It's not even New Year's yet, and this chick is macking out on this man that I have not seen this entire time.
Wait, this is the girl
that I was vibing with.
No,
it's like still 10 minutes before New Year's.
10 minutes before?
They didn't even wait, bro. It's like 10 minutes before New Year's Eve.
They didn't even have the decency to wait till after the ball.
No, bro. They did not wait for the ball drop. How ridiculous is that? I come out there macking. I haven't seen this man at the party the whole time, so I immediately go to one of my homegirls, and I'm like, who is this guy? And she's like, yo, her ex pulled up, like, right when you went to the bathroom.
Brother!
I was like, no possible way. And so I go over there and talk to her, and I was like, what's going on with this? What's up? And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry about, like, leading you on, but I'm going to get back together with my ex for New Year's. And I was like, damn. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to stay for that ball drop. I'm going to call it a night right here.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
Peace out.
At that point, cut your losses, bro. Cut your losses. Damn, dude, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It was not the best, but it happens to the best of us.
And it happens to the worst of us. That's such a terrible freaking story, but unfortunately, it's so far from the unique. First of all, 80% of us don't stand a chance to an ex. Like, let's be very honest.
Yeah.
Especially if their ex is toxic and has good sex, like, you don't really stand a chance, right? Because first of all, people like that toxic shit. And then
what is it about toxicity that people are like, I'm in love, I'm enamored by this toxicity, this life-ruining relationship that I'm in?
I think people are bored. People are bored,
or they're scared of being alone. Straight up,
I think it just comes down to toxic people are spicy. Like they're like, why have cornflakes when I could have Frosted Flakes?
True.
You know what I mean? Even though the Frosted Flakes gonna get you fat,
it tastes good.
It tastes good though.
It's good in the moment.
It's good in the moment though.
Yeah.
You know, you like that sweet milk.
That sugar milk.
You like that sweet milk. New Year's really bad New Year's stories. This one wasn't terrible, but it was like one of the ones that sticks out in my mind the most. So I'm brand new to Hawaii, right?
Oh yeah, yo.
And for some odd reason, I'm starting to gain traction. Like I'm starting to finally find like a friend group or whatever. But all these guys are like hype boys, and I didn't know this at the time. But like they're kind of like the guys. They had like a real LA vibe where it's just like they're so fake, and everything was all about like the gram. Like I'm pretty sure they couldn't tell me a damn thing about each other, but the simple fact that they were like all hyped together and they were all very attractive and unique. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They couldn't tell you what their homie's favorite color or favorite place to eat was, but they could tell you what post they were tagged in. Or
listen,
like
I don't even think that
got.
they knew what their favorite colors were. Like
that basic. Oh damn.
Basic. Like so basic. Like they like in the moment they would be like so hype or whatever, and then as soon as the camera was done, they'd go, all of them.
Bing. Gotta text this out to all my social media platforms.
There were these guys. So, you know, but at the same time, I'm new to Hawaii. I don't really know these people, so I'm kind of hyped. I'm kind of hyped for the night. Everything is going so well, right? I'm at the freaking telly. It's gorgeous. It's down there in McCulley Street. It's a condo, bro. This dude is a freaking surfer. He's got women from Australia there. Not a single woman.
Shout out to my girls from Australia.
Brother,
I love you all.
Not a single woman in this freaking place had an American accent. That's the type of party it was. So naturally, and from here on out, this story is completely hypothetical from not here on out. So the drugs start coming out. And you know, different people are doing different things. I can't confirm or deny in this hypothetical situation, but anyway, so what ends up happening, you ever go to a place and you're trying to figure out who's with who?
Yeah,
because that makes a big difference.
To sort out who's getting with who and what the move is.
I'm not trying to cross those lines. You feel me? Like I don't want those problems. Out of respect. So what ends up happening is I try for freaking 2 hours to get a read on the room. Could not.
For real?
Could not. Because everyone was so touchy on each other, bro. I was like, either these are the most relaxed bros, or I just walked into a hypey orgy scene. like everybody was just so up on everybody. And mind you, there might have been a substance that aided in that thought process, but whatever the case was.
You know what else aided though? It's those Australian women. Let me tell you, I lived there like a year and a half.
Wild.
Those Australian girls are where it's at, bro. I'm an Australian dual citizen. I think about them all the time. I'm like, should I move back for the ladies?
Listen, I'm sure that there's good girls out there, but these did not represent them. I'm telling
probably
you right
not.
So what happened was we finally get to we went to, I think it was Major Lazer, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, Al Moana Tower, packed city, and everything is going super dope. Right, we're not like at the freaking climax. We're not at the very front where it's like no, like,
where it's
but we're
like
also
no
not,
ears, deaf music
gone, right? Gone. But we're also not in the no man's land,
way back,
right? With all the weirdos. So we got a good circle going. We're protected. People are on the outside. We're not letting them in. We're just going one at a time. But then this is where it gets really bad, bro. Mind you, I only knew these people for probably no more than 25 days before I was there.
So like less than a month. We're still in that grace
the
period.
Emotional investment already is like not completely there. Like,
we're in that grace period where we're moving in emotionally.
Yeah,
but it's trying to invest. We don't know all the cues. We don't know what to say yet.
Right. But. So what ends up happening, right, is that one of the Australian girls ends up like talking to me, right? Then the surfer guy, who was the host of the party, just comes up and gets all weird on me.
Was that
Bro, you had 3 hours. You had 3 hours to get your shit together and claim. The rave is not where you do this shit, bro.
Yo, that's why you need that rave mom, dog. Rave mom come out of nowhere. Hey, no arguments on the rave floor.
Cut it up.
Or the frat dad turns the cap backwards, the baseball cap. Yo, no arguments out on the dance floor. I got a couple frat dads. Shout out homie Ian, frat dad number 1. Right. Shout out homie Jordan, frat dad number 2.
I don't have that many friends. But what ended up happening, right, is that now the vibes get weird, right? Now the vibes are weird because now I was like the outsider that moved in on a homie's girl. The alpha homie, because it was his house party. It's his party. Right, so already things are getting kind of awkward. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm feeling lonely even though I'm surrounded by people, and I'm getting anxiety. Well, the night starts to close out, and on this particular substance, time, space, logic make no type of sense.
Oh, I got some guesses.
So what happens is, right, hypothetically. So what happens is, right, we're leaving, a mass of us are leaving, right, but then the main homie, he's not in the group, and they're all freaking out. They're like, where's main homie? Where's main homie? And I'm like, listen, stay right here. You know, it felt like I was in an adventure.
I'm gonna go save him.
I go, hey, stay right here. Right? I grabbed one of the Aussie girls' freaking arm, put it on the light pole. I was like, stay right here. I'll be right back. I go back into the heart of darkness. Homie boy, mind you, to everybody else, this guy is the man.
The legend. The shits.
I find him literally sitting down on a bench, like lost, looking at people like he was a puppy trying to get adopted, but he was ugly. Just, somebody please. Where's my
Please
friends?
pick me up.
I'm like, bro, where were you? He was like, he didn't even say, he was just like, oh my God, thank you. And like comes and grabs me. And I'm like, bro, we're trying to get out of here. We've been looking for you. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's dip right now.
And then so what ended up happening after that, all the Ubers, every single Uber, done, back to back. It would have taken us $250 to get we were at that weird distance where it was like too far to walk, right?
Most definitely
way too far to walk. And nothing, bro. Everything was gridlocked. So at this point, I was done. These guys were useless. Nobody was willing to pull up an app. No one was willing to call anybody because they were so inebriated. They were just literally talking about. They spent the next 10 minutes talking about their deepest insecurities to each other on a bench. I had it. I had enough. So these two soldiers came out carrying their boy, right? And they were like, yo, we're going to Schofield. We got room for one more. I'm like, bet, bro, because that's exactly where I need to go. God sent somebody. I hop in. It gets worse, though.
Oh, no.
Like, that situation was bad. This situation
bad
got worse.
to worse. Frying pan
bad
to fire.
Bad to worse. What ends up happening is that apparently their homie that they carried out, he ruined their night.
Oh, no.
And so he's in the back with me, right? And the two soldiers in the front are like, see, this is what happens every time we take you out, bro. This is why we're not going to hang out with you anymore. You're an
idiot.
They're
ratting on him while you're in the back seat.
Bro, they are roasting their homie, bro. I don't even know mans. I do not even know mans.
You're just watching him get chewed out.
And mind you, on this substance, everything makes you super sensitive.
I bet. It ruined the mood.
Bro, my mood went from
hypothetically
pissed. I was so sad because I felt like they were coming after me. And then this guy's just drunk and his head is down, and I just go to him. I'm like, hey man, it's all right. You don't need these people. And then like we just ended up like in the back, just freaking like kind of like holding each other almost. You know what I'm saying?
Cool now.
I'm just gonna say it, bro. We were holding each other. Man. I had his back. These guys were roasting him, bro. So the gentleman, I held my tongue. I wanted to go in on him. I didn't. I held my tongue. They take me to my front porch. I'm like, hey, wait right here, please. I'm just going to check if my door's open because my roommate might be asleep. Can you just wait right here real quick? They're like, all right, bet, no problem. I shut the door. As soon as I freaking shut the door.
Left you, bro.
Gone.
Gonzo.
And guess who isn't at the house?
Your roommate.
My roommate. Because he's getting those New Year buns.
Yep.
So
and
I
you're
spent
home
the rest
alone.
No, I was locked out.
Oh, you were locked out. Oh, that's even worse. New Year's, and it was before the ball drop.
Yep. And so I spent the rest of New Year's at a park that was right across the street from my house.
That's tough, bro. After you did a good thing too.
Yeah.
After you put that good energy out into
I still feel good about it. But that was a weird New Year's, but I know that it's not anything like that's unique.
Bro.
This probably happens on the regular, right?
Yo, and those army boys have the sharpest tongues too. I bet that ruined the mood,
dude.
Bro.
The type of stuff that he was saying to this kid, I don't know if he's out there, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not. I wouldn't be surprised if he killed himself. Because
afterwards, it was that mean,
brother.
Dang.
Not many people
It
could
was
have
just tearing him down, bro.
Not many people could have withstood the type of bombardment that he came to. So, in short, you know what I'm saying? People, I feel like New Year's brings out the worst of us because it's a mirror into what the fuck you did for the last year. And then people get on this hype train about change. Listen, bro, you could change anytime you want, bro. Tomorrow, today, right now, you can change, right?
In the next 5 minutes.
Bro, don't let a freaking... And also, why would you usher in trying to do a new year just getting pissy drunk and broke? Like, why would you do that?
It doesn't make any sense. Like, the idea is to go out and party to change. Come on.
Doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make sense. I don't think that... I know that I'm not going to be starting this year anew. This year a boom. Yeah.
Boom Central. Boom 21.
Boom 2021.
People are doing a survey around the country on the way population handles themselves and speaks and deals with their friends.